Hello, everybody, and welcome to another top 5 list and another difficult one because Queen was my first musical love and the band that made me fall in love with music. I was 14 years old, 13 years old, and I thought I actually didn't like music. I never heard stuff on the radio which I enjoyed, so I thought, I'll just be the one who doesn't like music. My grandmother didn't like music, my uncle didn't like music, so I thought, I don't like music. Well, I was kind of wrong on that department, and the band that made me prove wrong was Queen because I recognized these songs and they were so catchy, they were so strong. And one of the first DVDs I ever bought was the DVD of Queen live at Wembley, and that was so incredibly impressive. Yeah, enough chit chatting, let's get to the list. The number 5 of this list, and I'm gonna start with a controversial choice because everybody regards this as the worst Queen album, and I think people are so wrong. They are misunderstanding Hot Space. And why are people misunderstanding Hot Space? Because Queen was never really obvious in the way they were searching for new sounds. They were always on a rock side, very steady, and they did new things. They did experiment, but they always did that within the boundaries of the mainstream and what the mainstream would like. And they made daring choices like the operatic part of Bohemian Rhapsody, but that became mainstream. This record never became mainstream. In the early 80s, Freddie Mercury was notably searching for a different sound. During this tour, he also says that he called it the funk black category, and he asked the audience to sing along like Aretha Franklin. Freddie Mercury was listening to soul music, to funk music, and he went to clubs which had much more bassy stuff, danceable stuff, and the band was searching for an overall more radio-proof sound. Most of their records sound great on good vinyl systems, but were not the best sounding, their 70s sounds, on the radio in a pure direct manner. And Hot Space, though an experiment, it is very, very good. A lot of people complain that there are no hits on this record. It's bullshit. I mean, Las Palabras de Amor was a tiny hit, a small hit, but this record has Under Pressure with David Bowie, and it's the only record that has Under Pressure. David Bowie never put it on one of his own albums. This is the Under Pressure record, but the entire album has great songs. Put Out the Fire, it rocks. Staying Power, Backchat, Body Language, which also was a hit, a small hit, but it was a hit. Action This Day is so good. It has such a pumping energy. This is Queen trying out something completely new. And most typical rock fans didn't like it, but hey, it's very, very good. And this should be re-evaluated. I was thinking of putting Live at Wembley on this list, but I think there is a live album which tops that, and it's this one, Queen Live at the Rainbow. And this set contains the March show and the November show of 1974. One is from the Queen 2 tour, and the other is from the Sheer Heart Attack tour. And there are very few times you will hear a band play this good. The drums are everywhere, but they're tight. Brian May is roaring on his guitar, and May, Taylor, and Mercury's vocals, the choirs, what they are doing here, it is incredible. It's almost too good to be really live. I love Live at Wembley. I love On Fire at the Ball. I love Montreal. But this is a band, they were so trained. They were so crafted. Rainbow is by far one of the best live albums ever. I mean, this is the level of The Who live at Leeds. Yet, this is even tighter. Vocally, it's even more impressive. Queen Live at the Rainbow. Try to find it on CD or just digitally. You'll love it. I swear to God. And the number 3 on this list, Sheer Heart Attack. Also an easy choice. Sheer Heart Attack is probably their first hit album. It has Killer Queen on it, and Killer Queen sounds brutally, but it kicks off with a song that's also been used in Baby Driver. It's one of the critical main songs of Baby Driver. It's Brighton Rock, and Brighton Rock as an opening track with Freddie Mercury doing this brilliant falsetto. Oh, it's just roaring. It's stellar. It's fantastic. And then this album, all the songs are brilliant. I mean, you put this on, you don't want to put it off. You just don't want to put it off. And when it ends with In the Lap of the Gods Revisited. When I'm dead, play that on my funeral. It is the most brilliant, grand anthem. I mean, I like We Are the Champions. We Are the Champions is a great song, but I wish they would have always kept In the Lap of the Gods Revisited at the end of their shows. This album has a brilliant opener, a brilliant ending, and in the middle it just keeps on rocking. It's so incredibly good. And the one most ordinary, typical audiophile music fans like, and it's also a great record, it's Queen 2. Oh, it should be kept this. It's strange because the opening is here, so actually I should keep it like this, but it looks dull if I do it like this. So Queen 2 with the famous photo by Mick Rock. Also, this photo is a tribute or a copy of a Marlene Dietrich photograph. So this is the iconic shot, and this album is pretty good. I mean, it has Procession as an opening, which is mythical. It's. I mean, when it starts, you're hearing a rock band which is doing new things. It's somewhat part of the prog rock movement, but it has a better sense of melody. I mean, somewhat like if Mozart would have begun a prog rock band, then it's like that, you know. And then a ballad like White Queen, it's brilliant, but it also has one of the best Queen songs that most of the normal radio listeners do not know, but music fans know it. It's the March of the Black Queen, and the March of the Black Queen is... Alright, I'm gonna shut up about March of the Black Queen. Whatever you do, pause this video, put the March of the Black Queen on, and then get back to the video, because you're gonna love the March of the Black Queen. You're gonna love this record at all 7 Seas of Rye. You're gonna love it. And my favorite Queen album, and it's also the first album I ever put on. I never listened to a single record before I listened to this one, and I immediately listened to a beautiful first pressing of it. I was lucky enough to get one, and I was also immediately blown into the sound. I was drawn into the sound of records, and it's this one, A Night at the Opera. I traded it with my uncle for a CD with some MP3s because he wanted all the hits of Queen, and this only had Bohemian Rhapsody, and I thought, I want to hear Bohemian Rhapsody on vinyl. And when I put this on, I was lost. I mean, I had a headphone on, and I was lost because I did not start on side 1. I started on side 2. I knew nothing. I was 14 years old, and I suddenly got into the Prophet song, and the Prophet song is almost just as good as Bohemian Rhapsody. It's mythical. It's an epic. It brings you to places. It's incredible. And then you have Love of My Life, which is wonderful ballad, and Bohemian Rhapsody itself, and the God Save the Queen, the roaring sound. And I'm just talking about side 2. Side 1 is also brilliant. This record started my life as a vinyl collector, and I can't really ask for a better start. This is a good way to start loving vinyl and a good way to start loving Queen. So if you haven't listened to it, be sure to start listening to it. And I hope you agree or disagree with this list. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll be soon back with another top 5 video. Thanks for watching.